Sweet 16 day 2, also MLB day 2. We've got a lot of action here. I'm going to go really quickly today through these games. It's not going to be your favorite picks. It's going to be really square. But guess what, guys? We're just trying to get paid. We're just trying to make some money. So let's see what we can do today. Let's cook up. This is the free 3.
I love it, Noble. Noble, I also love your YouTube videos. I watched them while I was gone. That was fire.
But getting paid because yesterday we had a full sweep. Mike going under, that was just icing on the cake. Why are we going to go in such a weak AFC South? Unless we have the NBA Blowout Association.
Bang! Knicks take a 1-point lead with 13
When you hear the sirens, you know what that means.
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
What is up, my friends? It is your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video. I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we try to get to the bag together and make that money. How was Thursday for you guys? Opening day in Major League Baseball, also the Sweet 16. How did it go for you guys? And no, for me, it was like a roller coaster. I was so excited yesterday. We started off the day with some nerfies. We hit some, we missed some. It was a great time. And then we hit on the Red Sox early. Then I lost some bets early in the Sweet 16. I made some money late night. It was just up and down, but overall an exciting day of sports. I wish it was a little bit more profitable for us here on the channel. I'm about to break down how we did yesterday and then also go into today's games. And I'm going to be very honest with you guys. Today's picks are very square. And the reason why that is because it's been a very square tournament. And it's actually kind of bit me in my ass. I'm normally a favorites better. You guys know that. I'd like to bet favorites. We ran up a bag betting favorites in the conference tournaments. And for me, this tournament, I feel like I've just gotten shot in the foot every single time trying to take a dog. And it's like, the favorites just are freaking ripping it, man. So it happens, but you know we'll just have to adjust. That's what you got to do. You got to see what the books are telling us. We got to see what the tournament's showing us, and we got to adjust. So hopefully today will be an adjustment. Like I said, you guys might not like the picks, but let's see what we can cook up for today. Yesterday we officially finished 3-5 on the day here on the channel. You could have finished a little bit better if you took some of my recommendations. We're gonna go quickly here through a few of the games that we did yesterday. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull this up. Alrighty, let's look at here. So let's start off with the first bet of the day. I added Jose Barrios. I didn't give this pick out live, but I did add this one, his pitching outs. This one missed. So hopefully you guys didn't take that because, again, I didn't give it out on the channel. I gave Boston on the money line on the channel. That bet hit. You love to see that. I gave you the over in the Dallas and Orlando game. I should have just gave you Dallas on the money line, and that would have gotten you like plus 500. They didn't score any points. That happens, and that hurts because Najee Marshall, we needed 15 points. Bro had his first like regression game. 4 points, didn't even show up. He played 40+ minutes, so it wasn't even like he didn't play the minutes. He didn't even shoot the ball. The Magic did a great job defensively on him. They basically were like, everybody else is going to beat him, which they did. But it happens. I said Justin Steele over 1.5 earned runs. He got 3. And the thing that really hurts me about this one is because I got too cheeky and I got too cute. I really wanted to do Justin Steele 1.5 earned runs and Adley Rushman to get 1 hit because he's been absolutely on fire against Barrios. But I took Barrios bitching outs. I stayed off of it. I took Najee Marshall instead. And it happens. So, you know, but this is what you guys got to do in your betting analysis. Make sure you spend some time in the late night, in the early morning, going back through your mind and saying, why did I take what I took? Or maybe you're on the right side, or maybe you had the right lean, you just executed poorly. Make the right adjustment, and that's what I'm going to try to do today. Later on in the day, we did lose our 3-way teaser of the day, and this one hurt because I really thought the BYU plus 11.5 was safe. I mean, Alabama, what can we freaking say, man? I mean, you can't handicap 30 freaking 3-pointers. You really can't. There's nothing we can do about that. Shout out to Mark Sears. I mean, dude couldn't miss a shot. I'm secretly rooting for Alabama a little bit because of Chris Youngblood. But, like, overall, I thought BYU could cover the 12 points. And 88 points, if you told me BYU scored 88 points and they And I would have swore they covered the 11.5, and they didn't. The total of 176.5 or 175.5, that literally hit with 7 minutes left to go. Absolutely insanity. And then obviously the other legs hit. So hopefully you guys maybe got Arkansas plus 5.5 when you realized that the BYU bet missed. I didn't officially give it out, but hopefully you guys grabbed that. This was my favorite play of the day, the Florida and Duke first half money line lay. That shit smacked. I love that. And then also I added a play from Broad Street Cappers, my boy Buzz over there. I love some of his college picks, and then he had Arizona team total over, so I added that one as well because I really like that pick. So yesterday, again, a 3 and 5 day here on the free 3. We did a little bit better than expected. Not expected. We did a little bit better than the numbers say, but overall we did have some pretty decent leans. So let's talk about the Sweet 16, guys. And you all, if you've been tapped into the show, you guys know basically where we're positioned. Basically, this is our same game that we had yesterday with Florida and Maryland. And what do I mean by that? We have futures on both these teams. We have futures on Michigan State and Ole Miss to both make the Final Four. We got Ole Miss at plus 700. We got Michigan State at plus 500. So we could really play off of this. I'm not taking any bet on this game, not only because of that, but also because you guys know, like, secretly on my bracket, I have Ole Miss in the Final Four. I'm rooting for Ole Miss. I would take this live at a higher number, plus 4.5, plus 5.5. The plus 3.5 number doesn't do it for me because only Arkansas and Texas Tech yesterday is really like the only game that we've seen that's fallen within that like 1, 2, 3, 4 point range. Everything, even if it's been like a tie game, it's been like miss the 3-pointer, foul, get the ball real quick, miss a shot, foul. So like games are literally finishing 5, 6 points instead of 3 or 4. So that's why I don't really want to play with this spread here. I would lay Ole Miss on the money line. Plus 145. You can do a little sprinkle on that. We'll do a half sprinkle on that, kind of like what we did yesterday with BYU, just because we're getting good value on it. And again, I do think they can win this game. But the bet that I really want to take in this Ole Miss Michigan State game is the under. I do think that this game goes under 144, 144.5. I'm not going to plug it in right now because the line is moving towards the over. And rightfully so. Why? Because every game this tournament has been going over. I'm not, like I said, it's been a chalky tournament, guys. It's been a chalky tournament. But if we go to KenPom, you can see he has the final score here of 73 to 70. So that's 143 points. So we should go under that number. We're hovering right around it. You can see Michigan State's 4th in defensive efficiency, 12th in effective field goal percentage. They're pretty strong offensively, but they can't shoot the 3-point ball, and they do really well defending the 3-point ball. Now let's talk about Ole Miss real quickly. And a lot of times people we'll talk about Ole Miss's kind of like offense. They don't have like this huge high percolating offense, but they have some great key role players. But a lot of times people forget that this team defensively, that's where Chris Beard is really known as a head coach, is his defensive genius. He has some great offensive sets, but defensively he's great. So 21st in defensive efficiency, 33rd in turnover percentage. They don't turn over the ball on the offensive side, which is one of the reasons why I love them. That's why I have them in the Final Four. So essentially what I think is going to happen is they're going to beat Michigan State today. They're going to have a rematch with Auburn. If you keep in mind what happened, Arkansas, they hit the game-winning 3 here. That showed like, okay, this team's legit. They got that resiliency. They came from behind in this game. They lost to Auburn by 5 points, a very, very tough, gritty battle. And you could see the final score of this game, 62 to 57. And that's with a much stronger offense at Auburn has in comparison to what Michigan State has. So that's why I lean towards the under here in this game. I'm not locking it in just yet, just because the line is moving towards the over. You could see here it opened up at 141.5. It's already up to 144. So if I can get 144, 145, I will do that. What I've noticed is, again, let's go to the numbers. That's one of the reasons why I started tracking stuff in action, and I have my own personal spreadsheets as well. If you could scroll down here, you can see that we're pretty break even. I mean, only about 6 games over 500 in terms of like total CLV. So what does that mean? That we're not getting a whole lot of CLV value. That's typically probably because we lock in plays earlier than the most average person. So for me, in a game where I see it moving in a direction that I'm already not agreeing with, I want to wait so I can get the best CLV. But for the first bet that I'm really going to lock in for today is going to be my first square parlay. And we're going to go similar to what we did yesterday, Houston on the first half money line, and then we're going to parlay that with Auburn on the first half money line. So very similar to what we did yesterday with Duke. And I just love the first half. I think Houston blows out Purdue. Purdue is going to be completely outclassed. Purdue is just, I mean, they're good. good team, good program. They're going to play hard. I think they can make it a closer game towards the end. But this is my way of just saying, hey, get out to a quick start. I'm going to lock this in to win one unit. Get out to a quick start for both of these programs. They're both heavily favored for a reason. I don't want to play with the spread right now. Just go first half money line. But this is the second way that I'm also going to take this. And again, I said this is square, but we've been seeing the favorites dominate this tournament. So I'm going to go money line parlay here with Houston, Auburn. Those two legs get you to minus 174, so we can't really do much with that just yet. But then I'm going to go over here to the MLB, and I'm going to take the Dodgers late night. So this is all 9, 10 o'clock games, and that gets you to plus 128. And that's all on the money line. Now, to talk about the Dodgers super quickly, we can see they've got Yamamoto on the mound, and the Tigers got Jack Flaherty on the mound. The Dodgers are one of those teams. They're 3-0 on the year. I mean, first and foremost. But they're one of those teams that are going to win 100-plus games. They're going to lose 50 to 60 games. It is going to happen, and you're going to be on the wrong side of the Dodgers sometimes. But I don't think this is one of those times. Yamamoto's a great pitcher. He looked really good in his first start. Obviously, he was in Japan, a very familiar environment, but he looked really good. The Dodgers are at home. Jack Flaherty, he didn't look the best in preseason starts. The Dodgers' offense is tough. We love to see Ohtani hit a home run yesterday. So I think the Dodgers win this late-night game. So I think they cover the run line. So if you just want to take that as an individual bet on the run line on the Dodgers, be my guest. But I'm parlaying these three together because if we've looked at this tournament so far, I've been getting killed taking some underdogs, and favorites have been winning. Number one seeds have been winning. They've been covering. Michigan, I think they can cover the 8.5-point spread. I think they can. I don't think Purdue's going to – I think this is a 20-point game. This is a 15, 20-point game in all honesty. I think Houston could destroy them. Like, Houston's so good. And LJ Cryer had 30 points last game. And to think about that and to just think that Emmanuel Sharp, their best shooter, only had 12 points. Jawan Roberts had 18 points against Gonzaga. Like, there's so many guys. Malos Uzan only had 7 points against Gonzaga. And they won that game by 6 points. Think about that. And now you've got a team like they have so many weapons. That's what makes Houston different this year. And we just, like, if you just moneyline parlay everything yesterday, you would have been won. So it's just like, you might not like this. This might not be fun, or this might not be like, oh, I'm taking the points. Like, it just is what it is. Now, if you want the Kentucky-Tennessee bet, and you're saying, no, why didn't you just throw Tennessee on the money line? If you want to take all favorites on the money line, I would not be shocked if all favorites on the money line win. Would not be shocked. But the reason why I'm not doing that is just because Kentucky's beaten Tennessee twice in the regular season. So let's go look at this real quickly. SEC, Tennessee. So they beat them twice. So you can see here 75-64, and then they beat them here 78-73, right? And now Tennessee gets double revenge. Ken Palmet's is a 5-point win. Kentucky's path so far has been a little bit light. Troy, I always thought Illinois was overrated, and that also matched up very well with this Kentucky team because they just want to run a whole bunch of offense. And I think this is the point where, like, Tennessee can really, like, get revenge on them. And this is the thing, like, Kentucky won both of these games against Tennessee in key parts of their season. You can see, lose back-to-back games. They lose to Vanderbilt on the road, and they were like 15, 10-point underdogs here, and they won this game. And then they were a home underdog, and they won this game. So, and everybody thought it was going to be a letdown spot after this win to South Carolina. So, I don't want to play with this game. I think the bet that you should take in this Kentucky-Tennessee game is the over 144.5. I think you should take the under in Purdue, Michigan State, and I'm going to take the over 144.5. But you see how the